Skinner blends are amazing. There are so many things you can do with them. But once you have it, maybe you want it in a different shape. Usually what I do is cut and stack. This is shown on another video. You can see the gradients. Usually that doesn't seem to be an issue. The only thing is sometimes I don't want the gradients, or sometimes I just want this in even a different shape. So if I want this longer, that's easy, because fold it, you can place it in the pasta machine this way and it'll stretch really long. So if you want it to go light to dark really long, okay, no problem. But what if I want a nice Skinner plug? What if I want this stretched this way? It's a little bit more difficult. Again, probably the easiest way, cut and stack. When you have a stack, it can still be squished. This can be squished flatter, wider. Make it, you're in charge of that clay. Try to think of whatever shape you need. You can form this into pretty much anything. Again, if for some reason you don't want those gradients, you want to leave it this way. What I often will do is fold it. The biggest problem always is air bubbles. At this point I could roll it out and make a fun log that changes color, but it is possible at this point. This is what I do. To squish it. So as it has some more thickness to it, I'm able to start to manipulate that into anything I want. Slowly it's starting to get to the point where I can push it down, pull it, and then the blend will go horizontal like a sunset. Usually I'll have a whole block that then I'll slice and use in different ways. So think I could slice it this way and have a sheet like that. I could slice it this way. So sometimes you have to move the block around, especially when making canes. You can make whatever shape of block you want. You just kind of have to think what side or what section you want to slice off. At this point, I could roll this as thin as I wanted. And I'd have lots of little pieces with tiny blends. This is the point at which I'll make flower petals with it. Or I can get it back into that similar block. It's just, again, it doesn't have the gradients. The other thing is, if for some reason you wanted a Skinner roll, that is really cool. There's a lot you can do with that. But maybe you forgot to roll it. You stacked it instead. You can manipulate this into anything you want. If I kept going, I would have a nice circle of clay. I also use these for, there's this really cool technique where they look like brush strokes or lines when you cut up a Skinner roll. But if you don't, again, if you don't have a Skinner roll, you can just slice this and use that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can see that it's in other tutorials. Let's see, so any shape at all that I want. Another thing I do a lot is I'll need different sizes. I would have cut that with a blade. You know, maybe part of my design, like the water drop, have you seen the water drop cane? Might want a big, long part of a blend, and then part of it will be shaded really thin and small. So I could add that on. To the bottom and reduce that as a cane. I could wrap it around. There's a lot of things you can do. So just remember, and again, I can take all of this and form it back into what I had before. So it's a great idea to just practice, get used to being able to use a blend for whatever you want. Good luck, have fun.